Hello students, welcome to Siddharth Mathematics Academy. So in the last class I gave so many miscellaneous exercise examples. Continuing with that, question number 18. If f of x is equal to mod of x cube, show that f double dash of x exists. F double dash means second derivative. Exists for all real values and find it. See, we are familiar with the formula of definition of mod x. Already we are familiar. We know that f of x is mod x. For mod x we have the values x if x is greater than or equal to 0 and minus x if x is less than 0. Yes, you are familiar with this formula or what? Yes, we are familiar with this formula. Now I am moving to with the help of this I am writing the value of f of x is equal to mod of x whole cube. Therefore, when x is greater than or equal to 0, how you write this? F of x is equal to mod x cube will be written as x cube. It is positive. In this case, what is f? Now what you got? You got f of x is equal to x cube. That is f of x is equal to x cube. When you first time differentiate, this is 3x square and f double dash of x is 6x. Correct or not? See, and now when x is less than 0, f of x is equal to minus x cube. Is it clear? Mod of x whole cube is minus x cube. F dash of x is minus 3x square and what is f double dash of x? That is minus 6x. That means if f of x is equal to mod x whole cube, then f double dash exists and is defined as. Read on conclusion, final answer. Therefore, thus for f of x is equal to, after calculating, thus for f of x is equal to mod x cube, thus f of x is equal to mod x cube is defined for all real values and is mod f of x, f double dash of x is 6x if x is greater than or equal to 0 and minus 6x if x is less than 0. Understood? Now I am moving to the next question. So moving to the next question, question number 19. By using mathematical induction, prove that differentiation of x raised to n is equal to n into x to the power n minus 1. Already you are familiar with this derivation. We have to prove this by mathematical induction. In the first day you are studying what is the mathematical induction. We are proving first for n is equal to 1. Then we are assuming that the result is true for n is equal to k. And next we are proving that the result is true for n is equal to k plus 1. See, that's why I am writing 3 steps here. First one for main step for n is equal to 1. See what is left side, write down. N is equal to 1 is differentiation of x raised to 1 is equal to 1 into x raised to 1 minus 1. That is x to the power 0. That is 1. Anything raised to 0 is 1. That means differentiation of x with respect to x is 1. Already we are familiar. Therefore, the result is true for n is equal to 1. In the second step, we are assuming. Let us assume that the result is true for n is equal to k. That means we are writing like this. Differentiation of x raised to k is equal to k into x raised to k minus 1. So this completes the second step. In third step, what you are doing? We have to prove that the result is true for n is equal to k plus 1. Third one, we have to prove that the result is true for n is equal to k plus 1. So, right on the left side, consider differentiation of wherever k is there. That means in second step, I am writing like this. Differentiation of x raised to k plus 1. This I am writing as differentiation of x raised to k into x. We are splitting. Then apply product rule. X raised to k as it is differentiation of x plus x into differentiation of x raised to k. Say I kept x raised to k as it is. What is the differentiation of x with respect to x? 1. Plus x as it is. Differentiation of x raised to k is what? K into x to the power k minus 1. This is x raised to k and here k constant. This power is 1. X raised to 1 plus k minus 1. Plus 1 minus 1 get cancelled. X raised to k plus k into x raised to k. Correct or what? Now here k x raised to k is common. What is remaining? 1 plus k is remaining. And for our convenient, what I am writing? See this. X raised to k I am writing as x raised to k plus 1 minus 1 into 1 plus k. Correct or not? Now wherever k plus 1 is there, write on n. It is x raised to n minus 1 into n. That is n into x raised to n minus 1. Wherever k plus 1, if you write n, you are getting the same whatever is the given answer. Therefore, the result is true for, see, if you are thorough in the first year mathematical induction, easily you can write this. Therefore, the result is true for n is equal to k plus 1. Whenever n is equal to k is 2. Therefore, by the principle of mathematical induction, the result is true for every positive integer n. Every positive integer n. See, is it very simple or what? Now I am moving to the next example. So moving to the next question, question number 20. Using the fact that sin A plus B is equal to sin A into cos B plus cos A into sin B and differentiation. That means this formula and differentiation, obtain the sum formula for cosine. So in the solution, first write down sin A plus B. Sin A plus B is equal to sin A into cos B plus cos A into sin B. Now differentiate both the sides with respect to x. Differentiation of sin A plus B is cos A plus B into differentiation of A plus B. And right side, this is u into b, this is u into b. sin A as it is, differentiation of cos B plus cos B as it is, differentiation of sin A. This I will write exactly below. Cos A as it is, differentiation of sin B plus sin B as it is, differentiation of cos A. Here on the left side, cos A plus B as it is. In the bracket, differentiation of A with respect to x is dA upon dx. B with respect to x is dB upon dx is equal to sin A as it is, differentiation of cos B is minus, that's why I wrote minus first, sin B, and angle is other than x, so we have to write dB upon dx plus cos B as it is, differentiation of sin A is cos A, and again we have to differentiate the angle. And below, differentiation cos A as it is, middle plus is there, cos A as it is, differentiation of sin B is cos B into dB upon dx, and differentiation of cos is minus, that's why this plastic changes to minus, sin B into sin A into dA upon dx. See here minus sin A into sin B, this is minus sin A into sin B, in this I underline. Take minus sin A into sin B common, you are getting dB upon dx. And here cos A into cos B common, dA upon. So here dB upon dx from below, these two, sorry. dB upon dx common. In the bracket, cos A into cos B minus sin A into sin B. Please note down, from these two dB upon dx common, and from these two dA upon dx common. In the bracket, cos B, sorry, first write on cos B. Cos A into cos B minus sin A into sin B. Please note down this, students. Here from the first and the third term dB upon dx common. Second and the fourth dA upon dx common. Now see on the right side what is common. Left side I can tag this. See that, observe the bracket. This is cos A into cos B minus sin A into sin B. This is also cos A into cos B minus sin A into sin B. Left side is cos A plus B in the bracket dA upon dx plus dB upon dx is equal to, take that bracket common, cos A into cos B minus sin A into sin B. In the bracket dA upon dx plus dB upon dx. On both the sides, dA upon dx and dB upon dx it cancels. So what is remaining? Remaining is cos A plus B is equal to, this term bracket get cancels. Cos A into cos B minus sin A into sin B. Next, question number 21 I will give as a homework. Write down that question. Does there exist a function which is continuous everywhere but not differentiable at exactly two points. Justify your answer. So this question I will give as the assignment for the students. Now I am moving to the next question, that is question number 22. So moving to the next question, that is question number 22. Y is equal to, a determinant is given and they are asking that the differentiation of that is, so the first row changes to f dash of x, d dash of x, h dash of x. In the solution, first expand this determinant. You are familiar with that. F of x outside in the bracket m into c minus b into n minus g of x. This is plus minus plus. In the bracket l into c minus a into n plus h of x is l into b minus a into m. And now we are differentiating with respect to x. Differentiating with respect to x. See, L, M, N, A, B, C are a constant. This is dy upon dx is equal to f dash of x. Anyhow, this is a constant. It is m into c minus b into n minus g dash of x. L into c minus a into n plus h dash of x, l into b minus a into m. Now, when you have a determinant like this, the expansion will be like this. Compare these two. Instead of f of x, g of x, h of x, we have their derivatives. So again convert this in the form of determinant. All that outside bracket, outside values comes in the first row. The remaining two row as it is. So that is the required answer. Is it very simple or what? Yes. Now moving to the next question, that is question number 23. If y is equal to e raised to a cos inverse x. X is the line between minus 1 to plus 1. Show that x 1 minus x square into d square y upon dx square minus x into dy upon dx plus minus a square y is equal to 0. See, for our convenience, I am writing the first derivative as a y1 and the second derivative as a y2. For our convenience, I am writing. And you know that the first derivative written as y1 and second derivative written as y2. So y is equal to e raised to a cos inverse x. Let us call this as equation 1. Now differentiating with respect to x. Differentiation of y is y1. E raised to a cos inverse x is e raised to a cos inverse x into differentiation of a cos inverse x. It is e raised to a cos inverse x in the bracket. It is minus a upon root of 1 minus x square, because minus differentiation of cos inverse x is minus and a is a constant. See, in the answer we don't have a square root. That's why instead of u by v, u into v is simple. To apply that, squaring and cross multiplying. Squaring and cross multiplying. So it is 1 minus x square into y1 square is equal to. So before that I will do one step. It is minus a y. E raised to a cos inverse x is e raised to a cos inverse x is y. I am writing that y. It is a square y square upon cross. We did the cross multiplication. 1 minus x square into y1 square is equal to a square y square. Because e raised to a cos inverse x is y. Now Again differentiate this with respect to x. Again differentiating with respect to x. See, 1 minus x square into y1 square is a u into v. 1 minus x square as it is into differentiation of y1 square plus y1 square into differentiation of 1 minus x square is equal to a square into differentiation of y square. Now 1 minus x square as it is. What is the differentiation of y1 square? It is 2y1 into y2. First power then base. Plus y1 square as it is. Differentiation of 1 minus x square is minus 2x is equal to a square is a constant. Differentiation of y square is 2y into y1. First power is 2y1 into differentiation of y, 2y into differentiation of y is y1. See, here in the first term we have 2y1, here also we have 2y1, here also we have 2y1. Divide each term by 2y1. Here 2y1 get cancels. 1 minus x square into y2 plus into minus is minus. X remains as it is, 1 y1 remains as it is equal to a square into y. 2 and y1 get cancels. Convert this in the form of dy upon dx and take a square y on left side. 1 minus x square into d square y upon dx square minus x into dy upon dx minus a square y is equal to z. See, that is the required answer, and this is very important example for part D for 5 marks. So with this complete differentiation from NCERT. So after this I will start with the applications of derivatives.